Girl's not a scientist, but I can tell you that. I'm gonna put on some clothes for the rest of this video because it's uncomfortable standing here naked. Let's get into it. This is Barely Keeping It Together. What's up, guys? It's Marissa with Barely Keeping It Together, and today I wanted to chat with you all about how I was able to lose 25 pounds in 2020. Okay, guys, I want to chat with you all about how I was able to lose 25 pounds in 2020, but if you know me at all, I'm not comfortable standing here naked in front of you guys, but I guess I'm just doing it to show you guys it's real. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not perfect. I do have the abs. Look, right? Forward to the side. To the side, you can see my abs. On the front, you're not looking at a six-pack by any means. Far from a six-pack. But that being said, you guys, I'm gonna put on some clothes for the rest of this video because it's uncomfortable standing here naked. So I wanted to talk to you guys all about how I was able to finally lose 25 pounds in 2020. Now, losing 20 pounds was on my annual goal list, my bucket list, my New Year's resolution list for 2018, 2019, and 2020. And this year, not only did I do it, I exceeded it, and I'm continuing on my journey. So I wanted to talk to you guys all about why this year was different for me, what it was about losing the weight and doing the work that was different this year than previous years, and how you can take the lessons I've learned and implement them into your journey, whether that is in fitness, in weight loss, or completely something different. Because if you guys are my followers, you know this is not a fitness channel, right? So if you guys have any goals in your life, please watch this video, stick around, because it is about how I've implemented these aspects into my life to accomplish what it is that I want to accomplish. It's not about the 25 pounds. So let's get into how I was actually able to do that this year. Do you guys like how I went to two different extremes? I was naked a second ago and now I have a winter coat on. So you know me, it's your girl, and I take it to different extremes. That being said, I want to talk really quickly. I am not here to sell you a magic pill. I'm not a fitness influencer. I do not have a fitness brand. I do not have a workout brand, but fitness is an important part of my life. Health and nutrition are important parts of my life, but I just want to be clear that that is not what I'm trying to do. But I'm also not going to sit here and tell you that this somehow magically happened to me, right? What did I do to lose the weight? I worked out and I ate healthier. That's how I lost weight. Now I'll get into details of what that meant and how I was able to do that through quarantine and the different steps that I took. But if anybody is sitting here telling you that they lost weight, not through diet and not through exercise, they're lying, guys. That's like scientifically how it works. Your girl's not a scientist, but I can tell you that. So that's number one. Number two is there is for sure a mindset component, right? So we are all the master of our own destiny. And that being said, I had to finally choose that being strong and being fit and being healthy was something I wanted for me, right? So I had to fall in love with the idea and not be convinced of anything else because it had to be solely for me. Because I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I wake up and I work out most days. When I wake up and it's dark out, do you think I wanna go out to my cold garage and work out? Nah, brah, of course I don't. But one, I've fallen in love with the result. And two, I figured out my why. I had motivation to get up and do it. So what you need to do is you need to fall in love with it, do it 100% for you, not for somebody else, and figure out a why, okay? So what do I mean by that? First of all, I started my fitness journey. Yes, I had journaled and said I wanted to lose 20 pounds and set that goal, but when I actually started showing up and when I actually started doing the work was in quarantine. And the difference in my life was that I realized I needed two things. I needed energy to get through my workday, and I needed stress release to get through my workday and stress release to get through being in the house with my family and a 2-year-old nephew and just having a lot going on. Like, quarantine is stressful. And so realizing that I needed a fitness release to energize my day, make me better and show up in my career and make me be able to go through stressful moments. One of my favorite instructors has a quote that she's like, we do hard things here, meaning on the treadmill, so that we prove to ourselves we can do hard things elsewhere. So for example, I tell myself every single day that doing the hard work in my workout allows me to be able to make hard decisions at work, have hard conversations at work, do things I don't want to do at work. So those are sort of my whys, is energy and mindset. Now, the other thing is I suffer from anxiety. I'm super open about that on here. And I realize that moving my body makes me a happier person. And it has also been a huge stress release for me. So for my own mental health and mental clarity, working out every single day. So once I fell in love with that, then I was able to think, okay, I want to get into this to lose weight, for aesthetics, for vain purposes, to look better, to feel stronger. By the way, you guys, one of the best things about being fit, I mean, it's nice that my clothes are smaller and my body is smaller, but I feel strong. I lift furniture. Like I feel like I feel my own ability, and it makes me, maybe as a woman, maybe that's part of like feeling like an independent woman. I think that there's a component to it that's like, I now don't need to rely on anybody because I know I can physically handle it myself, which is liberating. So there's that as well. That being said, I also want to talk about the part of falling in love with this idea and getting committed to it. One of the things that was huge for me, you guys, was here on YouTube. I actually found a couple different influencers on YouTube. Some I just followed for a few months, or some I just watched one video, and some I still sort of religiously follow and look for and use their products and that kind of stuff. But seeing other people's fitness journeys and seeing other people go from bodies that made me feel like, oh, that was sort of like my body, or like, oh, they weren't always that fit, to these bodies that were strong and fit and healthy, was so inspirational to me, and like having a story behind it. So go on here, you guys, like YouTube some people, like look up weight loss transformations if that's what you're looking for. Or if you're looking for a business transformation, if your goal is about your business, or if it's about your lifestyle, like look up those videos, fall in love with those stories, and follow those influencers, because they're going to be who you think of, because it's the whole idea of representation, right? Why does it matter that we have a Black woman going in the White House? Just to get political here, because now it shows little Black girls that they can be in the White House. Do you know how freaking powerful that is? That they, I mean, honestly, like it gives me chills. I could cry. That's not the point, but like it's about representation. So like, wah, as a white woman, I didn't see anyone fit. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is seeing other people go through the journey and have the transformation that I wanted to have was huge for me and my motivation. And when I saw my motivation waning, right? Not waning, waning. I don't know. When I saw my motivation lowering, I would actually go back and watch those videos. So I am going to tell you guys, Love Sweat Fitness has a really good one. And then the girl who I absolutely love is Mari Fitness. If you guys don't follow her, she's amazing. Her story is amazing. She also works out for mental health, but she is a fitness, well, they're both fitness influencers, but she is a fitness influencer, and she has a brand called Bloom Nutrition and Mari Fitness, guys. And I actually use all of her products. I use her pre-workout. I do use their protein. I'm in love with their collagen. I use their greens. I mean, honestly, Mari, like, you're probably my most expensive habit. Like, I'm in love with their products. They're so, so good, you guys. But Mari's story on YouTube, I mean, one of the reasons I want to support her and her business is she was somebody who got me into this fitness journey and made me really, really motivated to keep working at it every single day. So I want you guys to figure out your why, and I want you to fall in love with the journey, because I promise you, whatever time of day you work out, whatever, your motivation will go away, and sometimes you don't freaking want to do it. Sometimes you're not going to do it, and that's okay too, right? Give yourself a little grace. If you don't do it, you're gonna get back on the wheel. Just make sure you keep getting back up. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. Well, I know that is super corny and cheesy, but it's true. So then I also want to say that you just really need to believe before you're getting results. You need to believe that the results are coming, because I'm going to be talking a lot about this, but our subconscious minds are 95% of our thoughts, and our conscious mind is only 5% of our thoughts. So real quick, that means that our subconscious mind is 20 times more powerful in terms of what it can accomplish than our conscious mind. So think about what you could accomplish if your subconscious mind was on board for what you're consciously working for as well. Now, I also do want to talk about the tactical products and programs and things that I use. So let's get into that as well. Getting into like the tactical of how I actually did it and what I did in terms of my fitness and eating routine. You guys, you would laugh, because what I should have done is had the thumbnail be like, I lost 25 pounds and I still eat this, and shown you like my loaded baked potatoes and my nachos. Like, I still eat crap, you guys. Like, I couldn't prove I'm so far from perfect. But I mean, I eat like, I don't think I'm gross, but like I eat a lot, but like I also eat healthy. I don't know. We'll get into it. So what did I do? First of all, I will say before all of this weight loss, I've always worked out. I've just been inconsistent, and I've never been in love with it and had my heart in it the way that I do now. Now, I did use the Peloton app before all of this, but now I use it like literally every single day. That being said, what I would do is I have a treadmill at home, and I have weights, and I have like mats and stuff like that. And what I would do is I would do treadmill classes on the app, and then I would start doing boot camps on the app. I would do some yoga classes on the app. I would do weightlifting classes on the app. And what I started out with, and I mean, honestly, what I still do now, is I did 5 days a week, at least a minimum of a 20-minute workout. So that could be a 20-minute run. It could be a 20-minute run walk. It could be, you know, a 20-minute weightlifting class. Now, their classes are 20, 30, 45, and 60 minutes. So I do a variety of them all. Honestly, the 60-minute ones kick my butt. And like, I'm in good shape, but like, come on. Like, that's crazy. Not that like 60, but like the Peloton ones, I swear, are harder than Orange Theory, but we'll get into that. So that is tactically what I did in terms of having workout equipment at home. I highly recommend Peloton. Even if you guys don't have a bike or a tread at home, you can do their floor workouts. Their app, I think, is like $12.99 a month, and it's free to start, and it's just wonderful. I love Peloton. I cannot speak more highly of them. This new year, one of my goals is to get the bike and the tread Peloton in my house, because I mean, I'm a little materialistic. I don't know. I just want one. I want them both. I think they're great. And having a gorgeous gym is on my dream board. If you guys saw my vision board video, if you haven't, over here, go check it out. But that being said, I did Peloton workouts. And then in terms of my diet, what I did was, and I've tried a lot of things, you guys, and I've never really stuck to anything. I did simple, and it works, and I think it works every time, is I did MyFitnessPal, and I ate at a calorie deficit. So what does that mean? You go into MyFitnessPal. I paid for the premium for like 3 or 4 months, and I did it religiously. And what that meant was I would put in every single thing I ate. I put in how much I weighed. I put in how much I wanted to lose, and it would track my calories and my macros. Now, the good thing about the premium was that it was tracking my macros, and it did like, I don't know, some of the math for me, and it helped me lose like 2 pounds a week or whatever. And I did that for about the first like 12 to 15 pounds. And I did that for 3 to 4 months, as I told you guys. Now, I think the very important takeaway that I had there was the protein intake. So tracking my macros, which is your fat, your carbs, and your, what is it? Fat, carbs, and God. Now you guys really see I'm the worst fitness influencer. Good thing I'm not one. Protein, carbs, fat. That's what it is, okay? So increasing my protein significantly is where I saw the biggest drop off in terms of my weight, my body, my fitness, my overall health, because I've weighed this number before, but I've never looked like this before, right? So this comes from protein and weights and training and core exercises. Eating my macros, eating at a deficit, so meaning eating less calories than I'm burning in a day, and tracking it religiously for 3 to 4 months in MyFitnessPal helped me lose 12 to 15 pounds. Now, after that, to be totally honest with you, it was not sustainable for me to track forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But I started eating healthier desserts. I learned about some products. By the way, if you guys are interested in products, I can link them down below. I can tell you about them. I'm in love with Smart Sweets, which is like healthy candy. There's some really good proteins on Amazon I can tell you about. I get the pre-made proteins and have those for breakfast, or I take them out, or then I'll put protein in pudding, like those sorts of things. I'm happy to give you guys tips and tricks like that. But it was just all about trying to eat super healthy for those first 15-ish pounds, and that really worked. And then it taught me how to eat. So now I have not been tracking for like probably the last 6 months, and I've gotten stronger, lost weight, and gotten more toned since then. And again, I've lost 25 pounds, so that's another another 10 pounds since then. It was slower, but I'm a lot stronger now. Far from perfect now. I have toast with butter, I have nachos, I have all the things, but I eat a generally balanced diet. I have a ton of protein, and I don't really overeat all that much. So it really taught me a lot about how to eat and how to make my body energized and run well. So I would definitely recommend tracking for at least a little while to get to know your body and how it reacts to different things. That being said, can you guys hold me accountable? I need to eat more vegetables. I do not eat enough vegetables, and it's upsetting to me. Honestly, like I don't feel like a real adult. I feel like I have like 1 serving of vegetables a day. How many servings of vegetable a day do you guys have? Leave me a comment down below. I need to like step that game up. Can you guys like DM me on Instagram? By the way, at Barely Keeping It Together, and be like, girl, how many servings of vegetables have you had today? Right now it's 0. That's embarrassing. Anyway, so those are the logisticals of how I was able to physically lose the weight. Now, I did start incorporating Orange Theory Fitness into my regime 2 days a week, and I absolutely love it. Now, I actually don't think it's as hard of a workout as Peloton, but the reason that I like it is it gets you out of the house, and honestly, like the workout high that I get after that, I could freaking fly when I leave Orange Theory. It is so, I'm sweating and I want to take this off, but I feel self-conscious. But I could fly when I leave Orange Theory. It is so good. Like my endorphins are on the roof. It is just so good. So I love to go there 2 days a week. I also think it holds me accountable. It gets me up super early and out of the house. I just think it's a good thing to do. But however, because of like the resurgence of COVID, I have stopped doing that. I'm out in my garage gym 5 to 6 days a week is what I usually work out, just so you guys know, 5 or 6 times a week. Anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, just depending on the workout. I do a lot of stretching, and I will start incorporating Orange Theory again when it is safe to do so. So that is the logistics of how I actually lost the weight. But I want to wrap this up, you guys, and I want to say it's not about the weight, right? Like it's about one, how I feel, how confident it made me, and largely what it made me confident about isn't my body. What it made me confident about is that I can do what I set my mind to do, right? So I now know that I could have a goal that I miss year after year after year. And if I keep my intention there, and if I fall in love with it, and I create a plan, and I show up when I don't want to show up, I can still accomplish that goal. It doesn't matter what the goal is, right? It could be that I'm a bikini model, or it could be that I make $1 million in my business this year. But if I keep showing up, I create a plan, I fall in love with it. And by the way, this was all planned in Asana. I do use my project management tool to plan my workouts, to plan dinners, that kind of stuff. But that's what this taught me. And you guys, you can do it too. Prove to yourself that you can do something you didn't think you could do. Because I promise you, going into this year, I didn't think that my body was able to lose that weight. You know why? Because it didn't lose it last year when I tried. And I tried. I've lost 10 pounds before. It didn't lose it the year before. It didn't lose it the year before that, right? So I didn't think I could do it, but I did do it. And I feel great, and I feel confident both in my body now and also in my ability to accomplish what it is that I accomplished too. So sorry to get super deep there, but that's such an important lesson for everybody to know. You can do what you set your mind and heart to. Just keep freaking showing up and fall in love with it. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. By the way, there's gonna be a blog post with all the steps that I took as well over on my blog, which is barelykeepingittogether.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at barelykeepingittogether and subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I will chat with you later. Bye.